ladies and gentlemen, one of the voices of hockey, an absolute beauty from ESPN, John Buccigross. Hey, I like the Buccos cut off. We were hot early. I don't know if we suck now, but I know the Bucks were hot early, Bucci.
14-16, Pat. We've lost 7 of 10. It's not looking good. We're not red hot right now, let me tell you.
Yeah, we're back. It sounds like we're back. The Bucks are back, losing 7 out of 10, 14-16. We're undefeated there early, and now we're water finds its level, it says. But we got the Hundo boys ready to close out the season for us for the next 190 games. Let's talk about hockey and the things that are going on in there. Obviously, Florida Panthers cheated last night to get the big win over Tampa Bay. And do you
follow the rules?
They cheated.
What do you know about the rules?
Just follow the rules.
What do you know about the rules?
Right.
You still got a sticker on the bottom of your hat,
Yeah,
asshole.
because that's cool.
Bucci.
Just like following the rules, man.
Well, that's a whole other conversation there. Bucci, should we be upset about that last night like the Tampa Bay's coach was, or is this just kind of how it's always been called and we need to respect it all?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were both goalie interference. I love Coop. Coop's my boy. Yes. But I thought they were, the first one, he couldn't cover the puck with his glove, and the second one, Cirelli looked like he just spun into his leg. So I thought they were accurately called.
Okay, so we like the officiating that's taking place in this particular game, even though Tampa Bay's coach was thoroughly upset. They're out of it now, and there was this one sweep in the first round of the playoffs, and you chit-chatted about it on a tweet this morning or last night, I believe, about how, the Caps end up getting swept by the Rangers. The Empire State Building is obviously electrifying. The bread man is doing his thing, and we'll see if the Rangers are able to continue to go. But with the Capitals, I think you said it's time for Ovi to potentially commit a little bit more. Get a chef, work out a little bit. He was held to 0 points throughout the entire first series. That's not Ovechkin hockey. I guess he allegedly puts Pepsi in his water bottle during games. He doesn't work out ever. He's just a natural freak. And if he wants to get back to being this, he needs to focus in. Is that the key to the Capitals, getting back into the conversation? And do you think that's a real conversation that Ovechkin will have with himself?
That's a good question. He's not the only answer. It takes 20 guys. 20 guys dress a hockey game every night. You need at least 14 really good ones. And he's just one guy. But I think just for himself and breaking the record, that's where he is in his career now. He turns 39 this September. So it's about, let's get rid of the Cheetos. Can we replace the Pepsi and the Gatorade bottles with actual Gatorade? Maybe some electrolytes, some Pedialyte, something with light beer, I think is better than, at this point, Pepsi and the water bottles. But we got to make a commitment, Pat. I mean, this isn't a good look.
Yeah, I think it was one of my birthdays. I forget which one it was. Maybe I turned 33 or something. And Bucci responded, "You're only 33. Let's lay off the carbs." Let's lay off the carbs. Obviously, you've been jacked for a long time.
No.
Yes, you have been in great shape. And I laughed so hard at your tweet. I want to let you know you're a thoroughly entertaining human being. But your hockey analysis is always fantastic as well. Let's stay in that series. And then we have questions from the boys. The Rangers have a chance this year? Do the Rangers have a chance this year? Now, they obviously sweep the Caps. A lot of people say negative 47 score goal differential for the Caps. They shouldn't have made it in, but they did with how the end of the season went. The Pens should have been in there. But do the Rangers have an actual legitimate opportunity here to win a Lordo? And could you fathom that fan base getting a Stanley Cup this year?
Yeah, an affirmative thought is 100 times more powerful than a negative thought. You know this, Patrick, more than anybody. So, yeah, the short answer is they got a chance. I mean, after watching them play, but let's face it, that was the 116 or the 164 NCAA tournament matchup, right? Rangers against the Capitals. The Capitals were the weakest team in the field. They were the last team in, goal differential. Them and the Islanders were dash. They were minus. They were under par, Masters champions. So that you really can't judge them against that series. Carolina is next, and then probably the Panthers after that. So that's the road for the Rangers, and it's going to be that's a difficult road. But just looking at everybody, the league has never been more even. We've talked about this before. The salary cap hasn't moved since the pandemic, so everybody's all evened that, and that's why we have what we have. But the East was a bit top-heavy, and so I wasn't surprised that was a sweep and that the Hurricanes were probably going to sweep, could have had they won in overtime. So now it's all even, Steven, the rest of the way once the first round's over, and it's anybody's ball game.
How about the Yinzer, Jake Gensel? Okay, getting kicked out of Pittsburgh in the middle of the season and then becoming like their guy down there in Carolina. Now they're the odds-on favorite to win it all. The Caniacs would be an awesome fan base to see them celebrate the Stanley Cup down there. 20,000 strong in that arena going bananas. Let's talk about another Eastern Conference team. Go ahead, con man.
Yeah, Bucci, obviously the Bruins right now are rolling. It was tied at 1-1. They rip off both the games in Toronto with Jeremy Swayman going full-time, it feels like. How do you feel about the Bruins' odds here, and do you think that Swayman will be the guy going forward or probably still going to bounce back and forth? And then also, Toronto, if they end up losing, are they completely blowing it up? Because word on the street is everybody wants out of that place, even Bieber.
Yeah, but you said Leafs win tonight. You said the Leafs win tonight.
Sack of wine.
That's what you said.
The Bruins have an awful Game 5 record recently. Just dreck. Terrible.
Doesn't mean anything.
They're going to get the best effort from Toronto and all those talented people tonight. Whether they can turn that to more than one game, we'll see. But it's just been, I think, the Bruins tend to be tense in these situations going back the last 6-7 years, going back to Game 7 against St. Louis and and Chicago as well. So but boy, Brad Marchand, what a Hall of Fame legendary performance to put that little 5'8" guy, 35 years old, giant nose, 6.5 cap number.
What's that have to do with it, Bougie?
The nose matters. Nose goes.
To bring the whole city on his little deltoids and carry everybody, drag them into the fight. I mean, it has been total war with Bruins.
I love that. What is that? Is that an
Very
energy
impressive.
drink right there? Is that an energy?
Yeah, it's not war. It's total war.
It's not half-assing it, huh? We're all in.
No, I'm in the LA Fitness parking lot right now, ready to slam the tris and delts today, Patrick.
I love that. And Marchand, I think he's a beauty, honestly. And he's the one who said to Toronto, this is over in 5.
Yeah, said
over
that.
in 5.
Also set the record for most playoff goals in the history of the Boston Bruins.
Which is a pretty
That's
good one.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They've been playing hockey since 1923 in Boston, and this guy has your record. It's unbelievable.
Hey, you know what? It feels like hockey.
But yes, they're going to blow it up in Toronto. Everybody out. Sheldon Keefe, gone. Brendan Shanahan, gone. Mitch Marner, gone. They're all gone.
Well, I hope not Pablo.
Pablo might want to be gone. He's got a little tummy ache and he can't play tonight.
Okay. All right. Ty has a question for you, Bucci.
Bucci, what about Stars Golden Knights? Both teams obviously winning on the road. And I also noticed, even though they're the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Knights aren't in the top 5 of odds to win the Stanley Cup. How do you think the rest of that series is going to go, and why aren't the Knights up there? Is it because their goaltending stinks, or what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know how those people think, but the roster's strong. The goaltending, it was a question mark last year. Then Aiden Hill went out of his mind. You wonder if they'll go to him, although Logan Thompson's been good. The analytics, nerd alert, the analytics say that Dallas has been the stronger team throughout this series. And you saw it kind of those first 2 games, Vegas heavily outshot, still won. So that's what's great about 7-game series. You start to figure out your opponent. Everything kind of, like the Pirates, everything kind of comes back to norm over this. And Dallas is just a better team right now. The thing is, you dig a hole 0-2, it's hard to beat the same team 3-4 times in a row. So, Vegas could easily go back and win Game 5, and boom, they're in a position to win Game 6 at home. But Dallas has been the better team. So they're doing the more winning things, the more winning plays right now than Vegas, who has a bunch of new guys coming back, timing, how they feel, how's their body feel. Was it adrenaline at first? Then you have a bit of a dip before you really get in shape like Thomas Hertl. So there was a lot of question marks. That's probably why their odds where they are, all the roster question marks and the guilt playing with a $100 million salary cap number.
No, hey, listen, they're not the first.
Following the rules.
Okay, if you want to get rid of it whenever you vote in the next CBA. I like seeing a team kind of manipulate the salary cap to take advantage of their chance and opportunity. Speaking of chance and opportunity, Texas hockey doesn't have an actual chance here, right?
Thanks.
Road Warriors, brother. Just won 2 in a row, going back home.
Yeah, but
looking for 3 straight, maybe 4 straight.
No.
Maybe wrap this thing up in 6.
No.
The way Otter's going, we got Wyatt Johnson, young Stug scoring every damn night.
Okay.
It's Texas hockey's time, brother.
Well, Golden Knights stumbled on his skates before both these games. I think that's the only reason why.
You could argue we've outplayed them every game.
Well, I think that's what Bucci was actually saying.
Thank you, Bucci.
Yeah.
Good point.
You're welcome. Wyatt, good name for a hockey player in Dallas. Wyatt.
What's your favorite hockey name of all time? I'll go first. Sidney Crosby. It's dead.
Good run.
Håkan Lube for me. It's Håkan Lube.
That's a guy's name?
Håkan, Swedish, Hakan, Håkan Lube. Played with the Flames, late 80s, Stanley Cup champion.
That's a great Bucci.
Kidding me?
Bucci, what a bull. Got that total war operating at all cylinders.
Bucci's been keeping Hawk and Lube's name alive for about 20 years.
That's awesome. Tone Diggs has...
My fantasy hockey name, Håkan and the Lubes. That was my fantasy hockey name.
Okay, all right, good. Well, perfect. I'm happy that came up. Tone has a question for you, Booch.
Yeah, Booch, I wanted to ask you about the Oilers and McDavid. They won Game 7, 7-4, and then they lost Game 2, 5-4, and that felt like classic Oilers. But then the last two games, they've only given up one goal in the last two games. I know it's against Hockeywood and the Kings there. Is that something that the Oilers can do? Can they win those 2-1, 3-1 games that they haven't been able to in the past?
I think they can. I think they were my pick before the playoffs started to win it. I think the path for McDavid is opening up. I mean, Kings opening matchup, that's a good matchup. Mm-hmm. Vancouver next, that'd be a good second round matchup. They'd be a big favorite.
Vancouver's have their number this year, Bucci.
Win that. That's a different Oiler team. It's a different Oiler team. We got
3-0 this year, brother.
And they just have that serial, maniacal concentration, athletic focus right now that you need to win championships. And like Vegas didn't have that last night for me. And that's what you need this time of year. It's hard to win for 2 straight months in this atmosphere of pain and bruises and injuries. And I think, led by McDavid and Draisaitl. Draisaitl's playing unbelievable. And then all the complementary parts they put together, I think it's opening up for Edmonton. And then after Dallas and/or Vegas and Colorado smash each other for 2 weeks, they'll be primed to get beaten.
Okay, we got 4 NHL games tonight. We got the Leafs at the Bruins, the Islanders at the Canes, Avalanche at the Jets, and then Predators at the Canucks. Talk about Vancouver right there. They came back from 3-1 the other day in Nashville. It was electrifying right in George Kittle's face.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, right in George Kittle's face. Hockey's been fantastic. What should we be keeping an eye out for this evening? Which game is a must-watch for maybe somebody that doesn't watch as much hockey and is looking to get in tonight, Booch?
The ESPN games, I'm not just saying this, but our doubleheader is Toronto-Boston and Colorado-Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. Those have been the better games, night in and night out. So it's been the better television. Our ratings are through the roof. I mean, my blue eyes help, but I think the hockey being so good is better. And look, we have 4 3-1s, Pat. We could have 4 handshake lines tonight. Break out the Purell. We could have 4 handshake lines tonight. Well, all these series could come to an end.
Well, also, let's stretch these things out.
Well, some of
you know what I mean? Let's stretch these. Let's get a little bit more hockey.
Yeah.
We enjoy the hell out of the NHL playoffs. It has been electrifying like it has been since the beginning of time. Booch, you're a constant professional, and I can't wait to see what you do in that LA Fitness next, bub. Oh, we're playing basketball?
Tricep extensions.
Oh, that's
tricep extensions.
Skull Crushers.
Skull Crushers. What else? We
love the Skull Crushers.
So we're doing beach today? It's all beach lift today?
Oh, pool was yesterday. Today's a push day, Pat. Tries and delts.
Okay, well, good luck out there. Keep doing it, Booch.
Thanks.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, John Booch.
Yeah, Booch.
All right, good hockey night tonight.
Great hockey night.
Great. First shoot, great hockey night tonight.
The East, too. I mean, 2 of the other 2 series in the East are already wrapped up, so kind of huge games for Boston and Carolina.
Yeah,
go
ahead.
For the casuals, the seeding, how does that work?
Yeah, I don't think I fully understand it either.
Yeah, the seed doesn't make
It's
sense.
by division, so like Atlantic 2 seed, Atlantic 3 seed, and then the Metro 2 seed and 3 seed there. They don't do 1 through 8 for some reason anymore, which drives.
And then there's judgment calls, right?
On
who plays who, the seedings and shit.
And then there's the wild card 1 and 2.
It's wild. I think they try to make the best, right? Isn't that kind of how hockey goes?
Yeah, I mean, like Dig said, they used to just do straight up 1 through 8 a couple years ago, and then they changed that a few years back with the CBA, and they really shouldn't have, in my opinion. They should have just kept it straight up 1 through 8.
Yeah, mostly because listen to us trying to explain it.
Yeah.
Come on, Gary.
It should be simple.
Yeah, and with how many good teams there are right now, too, you should be able to 1 through 8 this entire thing.
Well, and I think that's what, like me and Gumps were bitching about, too, is when they don't do it like that, then you got, obviously it's nice because, like, Golden Knights Stars, but, like, that's a rematch of the Western Conference Finals last year that we're getting in the first round as opposed to later in the playoffs.
They wanted the division rivals in the first round, correct? Is that why?
And that's why it basically, you win your division, you get a shot at one of the wild card teams. Or if you are second in your division, you're playing the third place team in your division.
Of course.
So it's not really much of a reward to finish second.
And you got to play a team that you've already played a bunch of times again. But it's awesome.
It's hockey.
Hockey is awesome.
That's hockey.